Welcome back to another episode of the Wellness Abundance Podcast. I'm your host, Melissa King, board certified health and wellness coach, a certified personal trainer, and Girls Gone Strong women's coaching certified. All right, so today's topic is something that comes up a lot when I'm talking with women. We're going to talk about 5 signs that you're exercising too much. Yes, it is a thing, and it's very common among fitness enthusiasts. I've been there myself, and I'll share a little bit about that in a minute. Or if you're really, really motivated to lose weight, I get it. It could be super easy to get caught up in, I need to exercise more. I need to burn more calories. So as I just mentioned, I speak from personal experience. So there have definitely been seasons of my life when I was working out all the time. So I was running, strength training, and doing high intensity interval training, or HIIT, which I'll refer to as HIIT throughout this episode, almost every day. And in a way, I sort of became obsessed with working out. So one of these seasons was when I was training for my first half marathon back in 2012. So I was running after work and on the weekends, and when I wasn't running or working, I was strength training or doing a HIIT workout. So in addition to that, on the weekends, my hubby, who was my boyfriend at the time, we were either hiking on the weekends or climbing up the sand dune at the beach. So I was very, very, very active at this time, and I would get like a high from doing it, the runner's high. So looking back at this time, I probably didn't give my body enough rest and time to recover. However, I was 31, so my young, early 30s body recovered faster and more efficiently than my now 44-year-old midlife body. Okay. Now, I'm not saying because you're in your 40s, you need to just totally scale back your workout routine. This will be a podcast, an episode for another time. But so today I want to share 5 signs that you're overtraining or exercising too much. I'll use these training and exercise interchangeably throughout this episode. So, okay, now all these reasons are intertwined, okay? You may experience all of them, or only a few of them, or only one of them. So no matter how many you experience, if you notice something's off about how you feel, I encourage you to kind of take a step back and evaluate what your exercise routine is and what your recovery schedule is to see if maybe you're overdoing it. So, okay, the first one is, and these are in no particular order, just to be perfectly clear, and there are other signs of overtraining, but I'm just going to dive into 5 today just to keep it short and sweet. So the first one is chronic muscle soreness. So when you exercise, your muscles actually don't grow when you're doing squats and lunges, okay? During the workout, your muscles actually get micro tears in them. So the growth and healing process actually begins after you work out, which means this is the time when your muscles get stronger, right? So you could experience muscle soreness during this growth process because your body is literally healing from micro injuries, right? So soreness can also be caused by not enough or too much lactic acid, moving through your muscles efficiently. So you don't need to worry about this, but if you do have like lactic acid buildup, this can cause chronic muscle soreness. So thankfully, this can be mitigated with low level intensity movement, such as like a leisurely bike ride or walk or hike. So when you do intense workouts too often, as you probably already know by now, you don't give your muscles actually time to heal properly. So it's sort of like if you have a scrape on your knee and you keep picking at the scab, you never give your skin time to heal and actually create new healthy skin. Okay, so the next sign is that maybe you're in a weight loss plateau, okay? So when you notice the number on the scale going down, now it could be a number of different variables, which I've talked about this a lot. So because this is my expertise, is helping women with sustainable weight loss. So now I do talk more about what could be holding you back from losing weight in a different article that I will link to in the show notes. And also, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, in the description. But so when I meet women who say they work out 1 to 2 hours every day, they do say a 30-minute strength training routine and, a HIIT workout, a 20-minute HIIT workout, and then an hour or more of just some intense, cardio. This is a red flag to me that they're probably over-exercising a little bit. So, and one of the reasons that this is not good is because it really overwhelms your nervous system. So think about the nervous system as basically she's the boss lady in your body, okay? So she basically controls your hormones and tells them what to do depending on how you eat, exercise, and rest, okay? This is why the wellness abundance trifecta is all about nutrition, fitness, and rest, okay? Because you really have to get these dialed in and find what works best for you. So if you're exercising too much and not getting enough rest, it will tell your stress hormone to kick into high gear along with your hunger hormones to make sure you're eating enough calories, okay? Because remember, I've talked about this so many times in the past, is your body wants you to be healthy and to stay alive, and it will do whatever it takes to help you, stay alive. So with these increased hunger hormone, you're most likely going to be craving like starchy carbs, because that's kind of what happens when you're really craving. You don't necessarily really crave protein and fat. When your hormone levels, your hunger hormone levels go up because of something's sort of not right within your body. So, and I'll dive into this a little bit more, but the next sign, the third sign that you may be over exercising, is that you're unable to sleep. So in my opinion, sleep is the ultimate recovery method. This is when your body really kicks into high gear and it calls in reinforcements to repair your muscles, tissue, and nervous system from any physical stressors from the day, i.e. workouts, okay? So when you can't actually fall asleep to get enough sleep, your body can't do its thing to recover properly. So sleeplessness from overtraining can be caused by, intense muscle soreness. So the first sign was chronic muscle soreness. If you're sore all the time and your muscles are just super sore, you may have a hard time sleeping because you're just in pain, right? That makes sense. High cortisol levels. So again, we just talked about, your nervous system kicking into high gear and increasing those stress levels, the stress hormone, or high blood sugar or insulin, when you're craving super starchy carbs. So you're just eating them all. And I'll go into this in a little bit more detail with the carb cravings within the next reason. So the most effective exercise routine is designed to really give you consistent energy levels throughout the day and help you fall into a deep, restful sleep at night, okay? If you're exhausted and feeling fatigued throughout the day, and then you're still unable to fall asleep at night, when it's time to hit the hay, something's off balance and not normal. So, all right, so the fifth sign is increased sugar cravings, like I talked about. So the combination of not getting enough sleep and your cortisol levels increasing can be the catalyst for sugar cravings. So even if you don't necessarily crave sweet treats, which not everyone does, and I get that. Well, actually, I don't get that because I have a sweet tooth, but I understand. I get that everyone has different cravings. So these sugar cravings could make you want to eat more bread, rice, potatoes, and all the other yummy carby foods. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So when you give in to your cravings and you eat that bowl of pasta with garlic bread, which by the way, pasta and garlic bread used to be my go-to meal back in the day, my go-to dinner back in the day. I'd even eat leftover spaghetti for breakfast. So anyways, I digress. So it really kind of throws your blood sugar off, and then it causes your body to produce more insulin. Okay. So, and then this causes chaos in your body and can lead to weight gain or at least stalled weight loss. So, all right, before we wrap up, just another note on giving into your sugar cravings. It can also intensify PMS, PCOS symptoms, and pain due to endometriosis. So if you've been diagnosed with PCOS or endometriosis, really creating an exercise routine that weaves in adequate rest has been known to ease these symptoms so you can go about your daily life with less interruptions, okay? And you can I'll also link to another article I wrote and podcast episode I recorded about PMS relief. So, okay. So, what's the solution? So, while it may take some time and a few brainstorming sessions, you can find a solution to your overtraining, that routine that works for you. I get it. I love to work out. When we went on our honeymoon a couple years ago, or God, almost 7 years ago now. Wow, where does the time go? We were gone for 2 weeks and we did a lot of walking when we visited places, but I didn't do any workouts. A couple days before we got home, I was like, I just want to do a burpee workout. I know it sounds crazy, but I love working out. You know, it brings me joy. It helps me feel confident in my own skin. I like being strong, and it really just produces those feel-good hormones. Not that I wasn't feeling good on my honeymoon, but you know, it is part of my regular wellness routine. So oftentimes your solution for over-exercising could come by default, like it does with me. So what this means is that sometimes life just gets in the way of your training schedule, and you need to just prioritize something else in your life. You know, the day actually I'm recording this, that happened. You know, I chose to skip my workout to prioritize something else in my personal life that needed to be done. It was kind of urgent and it needed to take precedence, and I made that choice, which was great because my body needed a rest day from this. So, and other times you need to just schedule it into your workout routine. Right? You just schedule in rest days. So for example, one thing that I do, we've been training for a couple backpacking trips this summer. So if we do a 2-hour hike on Saturday with weight on our back, with our backpacks on, Sunday will just be a day of kind of, you know, sleeping in, doing chores, taking it easy, maybe going for a leisurely walk, go grocery shopping, something where I'm moving my body, hang out at REI for 2 hours. Yes, we do that. We do hang out at REI for 2 hours sometimes. But this is also where working with a health and fitness coach can be super helpful. So when you talk through something with a person, specifically one who's an expert in habit creation, like myself, who can give you an outsider's perspective, you can kind of see your situation from a different angle. okay? And this is often when you're going to find a solution that works for you, kind of looking at it from a different perspective, okay? So your body is made up of complex systems that knows exactly what you need to do to keep it alive to either survive or thrive. So you just need to really tune into your body and learn how to listen to it. All right, so thank you so much for listening. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit subscribe. If you're listening on YouTube or if you're listening on Apple, be sure to follow Spotify, follow us on Spotify. And also, we would love for you to give us a thumbs up on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify. Please leave an honest review because I love hearing feedback on these episodes, and also comment or shoot me an email at Melissa at wellnessabundancecoaching.com with any suggestions, any topic ideas. And if you haven't done so already, head over to melissaking.net. And on the homepage right there to the left, you will be able to find or join our private community and get your free guide to fitness for weight loss. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye. The Wellness Abundance Podcast is sponsored by Wellness Abundance Coaching. At Wellness Abundance Coaching, we help women create flexible nutrition and fitness plans that fit into their life to help them lose weight effortlessly and navigate the different hormonal seasons of their life with clarity, empowerment, and flexibility. We offer one-on-one and group health and fitness coaching. To learn more about how we can help you navigate the different seasons of your life and become the healthiest version of yourself, schedule a time to chat with us by visiting melissaking.net.